Counteracting burnout in medicine. Now, if you are part of any of the Facebook groups for GPs, GP Down Under or Creative Careers, then you will notice a repetitive post, typically posted by an anonymous doctor. Hey, I'm burning out. I'm burnt out. I'm quitting. Now, whether this is the same person over and over is unclear. Like, how come there's so much shame about putting your name to saying this, first of all? Question, but I get it. I get it. Perhaps there's fear of consequences and, hey, I put this post on Facebook and therefore I got reported to APRA, or I don't know, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me. But you will see it typically from an anonymous doctor. I wonder in this moment whether there is a degree of shame associated with it. It's like, hey, I thought I could hack it. I thought I could do this job. But when I found out the demands of the profession being excessive to my expectations, I now want out. Now, could there be a lot of stuff going on? There sure could. Could it be terrible situations where the practices don't have their stuff together? Absolutely. Where the supervisors are using their registrars to make money? Absolutely. These things could definitely be going on. But the overall problem is so common that either most practices that are accredited for registrars are having problems, or there's something greater going on here. And given that there are problems at the other end of the game as well, where doctors are quitting early, potentially in the past, they might have worked through till 65 to 70 to 75. Probably beyond that, the game is fairly difficult. If I'm imagining myself at 80 years old right now and coming into the game of general practice or medicine, it's full on. It's full on. The amount of information, the amount of stress, the amount of data, the amount of overwhelming requirements to perform, people coming in stressed out, lost, struggling with money, struggling with health, struggling with addiction, struggling with their kids, struggling with their partners, struggling with their body, struggling. It's like, oh my goodness. Then, particularly in general practice, what we want you to do is do all of it in 15 minutes and cover all of medicine. It's like, wow. And then not get paid very much. I love it. I'm like, what a dream job. What a dream job. So, is there something that can be done? Well, yes. Okay, so being aware of limitations is critical. So hang on. Do I need to be a psychiatrist, an internal medicine specialist, a surgeon, a skin doctor, a mental health professional, a pediatrician, a geriatrician? No. Do I need to be across all of these at some level? Absolutely. Do I need to be able to direct people to say, hey, you need to go here, you need to go here, you need to go here? Yes, I do. Now, is that easy? Often not. Often it's very difficult. Yes, there's been solutions, but in terms of working out a rare referral, this can take like 5, 6, 8 minutes if you can do it in that consultation. Would it be great if we had like directories of references? We do to a degree, but they tend not to come with specialties or special interests. Nonetheless, all of this is superficial to the actual requirement of not burning out. And the interesting thing to me is this, that burnout is not just in medicine. This is across the board. CEOs burning out, C-suite executives burning out, tradies. Tradies, maybe not. But they do certainly drink a lot sometimes. But I bet there's burnout in tradies. I bet there's burnout in educators. This game of burnout is across the board. What are we going to do? Well, being the ridiculous human being that I am, And the consequence of starting graduate medicine in the first place was that I found out that business is actually pretty hard. It's both really simple and really hard at the same time. It's fascinating. In an attempt to resolve my deficit of knowledge and experience, I came across a program for entrepreneurs. And this was very interesting because guess what? They found out entrepreneurs burn out too, really badly. Really badly. Like, it is the difficulty of business is very, very, very high, particularly if you are pushing extremely hard. So many traps, not unlike medicine, so many traps. And in this experience, they came up with a morning routine to prevent burnout, to maintain the fire for living. And it's relatively simple. Can it be done in an hour? Yes, it can. Can it be done in 3 hours? It can, but there will be consequences if you have kids. 5 to 7 a.m., pretty good. And within that time frame, getting 4 key aspects of your life handled. 1, your body. Doing some kind of exercise. I missed it this morning. We drove around. We went to Broken, no waves. We went to Tallows, no waves. We drove to the wreck, no waves. And then what's interesting is my son came back and said, I'm going to go for a run. Now, I would have loved to have gone for a run, but I'm scared of hurting my knees. And I wanted to connect to my wife because she was in bad mood last night. She was in a very bad mood. It's like, whoa, darling, you should probably train. So she woke up and trained. Now, in all of this, I've missed it. So what does it mean? Well, at the end of this day, go and jump on the bike and do 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. Should have been handled this morning, but it's not. And it has an effect on me. There's definitely a wobbliness that is present because I have not trained this morning. Would I have loved to go on the ocean? Absolutely. It was terrible. It was like the worst waves you've ever seen. It's just depressing. But Samuel got a run in, which was awesome. I did not. But handling the body is critical. Second, being aspect, meditation. How often? Daily. Daily exercise, daily meditation. And then the piece that really got me into this whole game was these guys were like, hey, we know how to do marriage. Now, I did not know how to do marriage. My parents modeled the best they could. My father was an obstetrician, worked extremely hard. But in that, there was a cost to his kids. He wasn't there that much. And so I got modeled an absent father. Now, did he serve? Yes, he did. Delivered many, many, many babies. But there was also a fatigue to that. I mean, he was like delivering like 500 babies a year. That's a lot of babies to deliver. Physical capacity is about that. That means some nights 3 babies, maybe even 4 babies. I'm like, geez, Dad. Okay, that's a lot. So there's a cost on me as a child, a cost on my siblings as well. But these guys, so I didn't have a role model particularly. These guys were like, hey, we're going to play a simple game. Why don't you write a note of appreciation or love or gratitude to people you care about every day? To your wife, to your kids, to your siblings, to your parents, to your team members, to your patients, to whoever it is. Simple game. Doesn't have to be long. Can it be long? Yes, it can. Can it be structured? Yes, it can. But could it just be, hey, I saw you do this and I noticed this and I appreciate you and I love you. Good luck for the game today. Thank you for doing the dishes. I saw you were struggling. I hope you got a good night's sleep. I'm looking forward to hanging out tonight. This is amazing. This has kept me married. This has kept me with a relationship with my kids that is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'm like, wow, okay. Worth it? Absolutely. And when difficult conversations come up, it's like, hey, there's a trust there. Because I put deposits into the bank of relationships. And when there's difficulties that have to be handled, they're handled. And finally, there's an area of expansion of knowledge. of learning each day, 10 minutes a day. I was talking to my son. I'm like, hey, how about you just read 10 minutes a day? It's not that much. 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes a day? You do. You do. Come on. 10 minutes. Put on the timer, read for 10 minutes. If you want to go advanced, then read for 10 and then make notes about it and apply it to your life. But these 4 things together, across body, being, balance, and business, is a morning routine that will help you as a doctor prevent burnout. And guess what you can do? You can show others how to do it too. Simple game. An hour invested in the morning over time gets you better in all these 4 areas of life and prevents burnout. Now, could stuff still go down? Absolutely. Welcome to the 21st century, everybody. Wow. 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 Could it get a little strange from here? It absolutely could. Many pressures on our world. We've talked about this before. We've got financial pressures. We've got AI pressures. We've got social media pressures. We've got schools falling apart. We've got models that have not been created for how to manage and live in this time. But irrespective of what happens, there is a core discipline that will help you as a doctor prevent burnout. And that is the core 4. Is it part of a bigger system? It is. But if all you took from this conversation was that how you start your day impacts your day, and how you live your day impacts your week, impacts your month, impacts your year. And you can continue to struggle and wander aimlessly, or you can make a daily investment into yourself. And when you get this game going, you will notice, as I have today, when a piece is missing. It's like, man, I just don't feel 100%. I want to get home. I'm getting my car repaired right now. There's some sensor that's busted. It's under warranty. It's taking 4 hours to do. So I'm just hanging out here on the Gold Coast. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Let me see if I can show you it's so different to Byron. It's hilarious. All these buildings and cars and people. I mean, it's a city. So, but that's all I got for you. So, should you try it out? You should. Should you track it? You should. And if you want help with this, if you are burning out as a doctor, if you are struggling, you're like, you know what? I don't know what to do anymore. I need some help with this. Then there's an option. Call 4. Or if you want more direct help, then head over to GraduateMedicine.com and click on the Clinical Certainty Program. Go through, I've got an in-depth training there for you. Run through what to do as a doctor, stop burning out, start living, start experiencing what's possible for you. That's all I got for you today. I hope you're having an awesome day. I look forward to catching up very soon.